Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. Wow. How are you doing? Anyway, taking koko kin now. Any gidi enyo pataki. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for following us. And if you're new here, we say you welcome. Thank you for joining us.
You by yourself for what? 36 years old. Yeah. When you are just starting your life. Bright future. Abba. Ọkùnrin ò gbọ́dọ̀ tútù o. Ọkùnrin ò gbọ́dọ̀ tútù jù. No.
Seriously. I want to contribute. Please, this is a red signal. I wrote a comment on the chat that maybe you will please signals when we are seeing all these kind of signs, things that we can do. I know it's a lot of work, but there is need for more awareness before people begin to kill themselves, most especially men that don't used to talk. You know one thing, my father have taught me this, that I should allow my children to cry anytime they felt like crying. Don't say, men don't cry. You are a man, keep quiet. No. Allow your children to burn out their emotions. Most of our men, they bottle up their emotions. So any little thing that trigger them, that go beyond.
That's why some of them are violent. That's why some of them are violent.
They violent, they can kill themselves, they can end up to the great beyond. So this time around, we have to learn a lot of things. We have to teach our children what they need to do so that we will not begin to experience this kind of things again. Enough is enough.
It's even becoming rampant these days. It's becoming something very, even in Nigeria too. Somebody is buying somebody, partners.
I've been telling people, when you discover that this can lead to buying yourself, leave. Everybody, we are not all destined to marry. It is not everybody that we marry. That is my own belief. Some people will live a single mother or single father life. That is the way God has destined them.
International call. Right. Yeah, hello, baby. Yeah, Carol. Fine. Shall I feel? Okay. All right. Okay, one heavy. Ah. Okay. Leave. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. 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 That would make sense. Yeah, sure. All right then. Oshé. All right. Oshé, thanks. All right. Okay. Me rántí mute. Aunty Adunni má bínú jèrè that I had to cut you. So somebody said àìsàn ti wọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá o, ṣé ni àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ń para wọn. Yeah, it's becoming so common these days. And it wasn't like that tẹ́lẹ̀. Is either a woman is killing a man or a man is spying a woman. For what? Or somebody is spying himself. Lórí kíni àti kíni. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n pa Aunty Adunni for her contribution. She's really giving us a good contribution. So this is just a wake-up call, and when the signs are there, walk away. Oh, yeah, Aunty, sorry to cut you short. I mean, cut you off.
Yes, ma'am. Now, please, one thing I think, like I said, that you will please help us with relationship tips. We need it. to create more awareness for people. That's number one. Number two, there's something that I discover or through my own personal research that is causing this or that is leading to buying each other. Communication. We started this relationship with communication. How did it get to that level? Because I discover even from my own personal, not just discussing, effective communication is very important in relationship. Before we can get to define each other, we need to continually talk. Whether you like it or not, sit down and talk. Create time for communication in a family. When there is no communication, when there is no effective communication, definitely some things will go wrong. Relationships that are going wrong, Auntie, look at it very well. You have been telling us how you have been, your relationship with your husband now, while he was alive, how you are enjoying. Till now, you still remember the good memory. Because you have a good rapport, you have communications. Why is it that we started the relationship with communication, but we couldn't continue with communication? So many things go wrong when we are not talking. And when the other partner is talking, we should take time to listen. Listen and listen. And that is what we are having narcissists among us, as a woman and as a man. We need this training seriously, especially for our young upcoming boys and girls. It's on both sides. The right signals, we need teaching on it. We need tips on it, things that we should be observing, things that we should know. Before it gets to this stage, there are things that we need to put so that we will reduce the death rates. If nothing, let the mortality reduce drastically. If we can put things right. Enough of all this. It is saddening. I just put myself in the position of the parents of this guy.
Yeah.
How would they be feeling now? When they see the engagement of that boy, when they sit down and think what they have suffered over him, how they have trained him, what he has been doing, the gap he has been feeling in that family, you will be feeling it again. There is a old grandma around me here, lost his son last year. As of yesterday, we are talking, the woman still started crying. She
can never forget. She can never forget.
She can never forget.
The pain is not something you wish away. It doesn't go. It stays with you forever.
We can avoid it. It's avoidable. It is that time that men need to sit right. This is that time that our men need to take responsibilities for their own personal life. You have talked about self-love. Most of these people, they don't love themselves. They are thinking of what would they say, what will happen. No, you have taught us, and I've learned a great thing from that.
Women practice self-love. Men don't practice self-love. Men live their life for family. They don't practice self-love. That's one thing I find out with men. Most men don't have a passion outside the family.
Maybe we are going to invite people that are good in this area to come and talk to us, to come and expatiate. People need to learn. We need to do a lot of things. Enough of all this pine. It's saddening.
The family can never have anything to do with the children. Children, Babu. Have anything to do with the children.
And with what happened now, I don't believe those children will ever know their grandparents. Because the lady may take them away from them.
No, they don't even want to see the children go. How will you be happy seeing those kind of children? See them for what? Show my replace the one
talking. For how long do we want to be doing this? And then, like the first caller said, background check, very, very important. Seriously, this helped me as a person. When I want to marry my compound and everything, they went there to go and make inquiries. So, from Kwara State to Ondo State, they went there to make inquiries. Most of these days,
people don't do it anymore. Yes. Yes.
Background checking is very important. It's very good.
Yeah. tí ọmọ èèyàn bá máa fẹ́ ìyàwó tí ìyàwó yẹn ò ní parents tán lè lọ bá ọmọ ẹ̀ máa fẹ́ ìyàwó, you should let our children ask them questions, because it's really not about us anymore, it's about our children at this our stage. Ask them questions, be vigilant, ask questions. How is the parents, or if any don't date, how are the parents, báwo náà ṣe rí, where is the father, where is the mother, how are they relating, gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, because you cannot give what you don't have. You can't.
Exactly.
Are you telling me somebody that the parents, the father and mother are always beating themselves? Irú kí lọmọ wọn fẹ́ gbé wá láti irú ibẹ̀ yẹn?
And most of the things that most of we parents don't realize is children react to our attitude than what we say.
Or a parent whereby the mother will wake up and the father is to curse each other down. Irú kí ló fẹ́ bọ́ta nínú yẹn? Or a serial divorcee like that man. That man was divorced more than 4 times. Ibẹ̀ ní Ken àti lọ fẹ́ yàwó, as educated as he is. Aunty, ká tún gbé call ẹlòmíì to save time. I beg.
So sad, no, it's unfortunate. Seriously.
Thank you, sis. Use a wake-up call. Be careful where your children are marrying from. Hello? Are you calling to contribute? Hello? Are you calling to contribute? Okay, you are on.
It's a woman speaking right now. I don't know if she's still on.
No, she's gone off. I stopped her so that I can pick your call because of time.
Oh, thank you. You know, what I can say about all this is that it's unfortunate that our culture is completely lost.
Benny.
Our culture in Africa, especially in Nigeria, that is well known to have a very strong culture, both especially in the south, the Yorubas, Igbos, they have a very strong family culture. We have completely messed it up because of wanting to be like this West lifestyle. And for whatever reason, a lot of people may try to criticize some of the excesses of our culture. Of course, there is always going to be extremes. And those extremes are things that we could have easily tried to fix and still maintain the core of that culture. But we have completely messed it up by trading it for this Western culture. And that's one of the reasons why we see all this mess happening, all this craziness going on. You know, both our men are acting out of line, our women are acting out of line because they want to become Americana. And all of this is one of the things that's creating all these problems. So unless we go back to appreciating what we have, and like one of the callers said, which you also alluded to, the most important thing is the way our parents used to live when we were growing up. For those of us who grew up in the 60s and 70s, we saw how our parents and grandparents handle marriages and how they vet. See, vetting your partner or your spouse is very important. You want to know what is the background of the family you're marrying into. What's the background of the girl? How she's living. What kind of person she is. What kind of person the man is. But nowadays, everything has become transactional.
That's why we are experiencing what we are seeing.
Yeah, everything is mostly transactional now. For the most part, most of these girls, when you see what is going on, they just want to use the man for money. And unfortunately,
yes, that's very common now.
Unfortunately, the rise of these women can be like men. As much as it has a good side to it of at least giving the woman some level of
leverage,
independence and strength and leverage. But it has gone to an extreme, and that is why there's so much mess going on right now. It has gone to an extreme, and you're going to see there's going to be a pushback, whether people like it or not. I know a lot of people may not agree with me, but the point is, at the end of the day, all of this that's going on right now is going to destroy society, going to crumble it completely. And
it's crumbling it already, see, brother.
Unless there's that pushback that is going to bring everything back to its center and normalize it. Everything is going to be destroyed, and it's already happening, as we can see. Because in those days, growing up, you will see that before you marry a man, your parents, both your parents, father and mother, they are doing their own private investigation about who that man
is.
And if it is a girl, they're doing the same on the part of the girl. They want to know what kind of girl is it. This girl, is it the kind of girl that's open her leg to every man? What is her idea about? How is she cultured? So everybody is talking about, oh, I want a wife, I want a wife. Oh, wives, women are looking for husband. I want a husband, I want a husband. Let's even go back a little bit to the scriptures. But who found a good wife has found a good thing. The question is, you don't become a wife when you get to your husband's house. You need to be a wife from your own family. Your mother must have taught you what you need to be as a wife. But nowadays, when you ask a lot of people, they don't even know what it means to be a wife. They don't even know. The boys have become like women, weak. They're not as strong as they used to be, as we used to be. So there's a lot of stuff that is so bad that is going on right now. And it's so sad. It's so sad. And this so-called American system that is messing up a lot of people, yes, it is important that, okay.
My brother, you see, I would not really blame the system per se. You know why?
My sister, it is the system.
Can you? No, hold on. Let me tell you why I said I won't really. Hold on, my brother. You cannot change the system. The system is there for checkmating, right? If you know what the system is, you get married. The problem is two people who don't really love themselves marrying each other, or two selfish people, or one selfish partner. That is where the problem is actually starting from. The same system has kept some marriages. The same system has brought sanity. We cannot blame the system. Let us look at the inner things that is really happening. A married woman wants to marry. She's not marrying for love. She's marrying for somebody that will take care of her. What are you expecting from that kind of marriage? You mentioned it earlier.
Exactly.
So what are you expecting from that kind of marriage? You, the man that is marrying, you want to marry. You are not marrying for love too. Most times, most of you are marrying for the shape, the body, the this, and you get carried away. You will see a woman that is calm and all that. You will say either she's not educated enough, she's not this enough, or she's this, or she's that. And you go for the one that you think can match you there. And you end up marrying somebody that knows more than you and will use the system for you. So it's not the system. The system is there for checkmating. You understand? Now, if the system comes for you, the system says you have to pay this. You have to pay this as child support. It is the system. They won't change it for anybody. There is a way to go about it. It's either you pay it or you reduce the work you are doing. I've seen a lot of men that have been depressed, lost it, and messed up their own lives because of this kind of a thing. Most of them don't get it together. They manage, and before you know it, this number, before you know it, all the things that are for them to even get it back will be so tough. And I've seen men who have to pay. Okay, that is the amount you want to collect. Be collecting it. You can't collect it forever. They will be paying it. They will calm down. But sometimes saying I'm a man, and you want to do agidi can mess up things. Pata. So the man will be paying. It's only for the child is 18 years old, about old. After that, collect by me more now.
Even sometimes they go beyond 18 years.
He mean pata 21, right?
This
21, it doesn't pass 21.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I know somebody, an acquaintance of mine. There was an acquaintance of mine that the woman continued to make sure the children fail in school. This guy was 25 years. Their mother makes sure that the guy continued to fail in school just to continue to collect the child support.
Okay, so who is she doing? Is she doing the man, or she's doing herself?
Yeah.
Then hold on, no. How did she make the child to start failing in school? So the child does not know what the child wants at a certain age?
That was exactly what I was coming to address right now. The fact that most men no longer are men nowadays. They become weak. And they will.
Ara weakness no ye ke yo padà. Ayé àwọn bàbá ayé àtijọ́.
Because when we were growing up, the way we were brought up and taught. You know, I used to tell my children, I said, there's no way we ever call our parents that they abused us. The kind of beating, the kind of training we got to be men, both mentally and physically. We are not giving it to the children of today. We don't come up today and say, yeah, our parents abused us. This is what makes us to be tough. This is what makes us to know that the world we are going in out there.
I agree.
It's a dog-eat-dog world. And so you got to be strong mentally and emotionally and otherwise to be able to survive.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we're weak. You know?
We are not training the children to be strong. Not all of us. So most parents are not teaching children to be strong.
I mean, it all depends on how people look at it. But the fact that I'm trying to say, though, is that to the point where somebody, you know, and I'm not trying to rule out the fact that, yes, there is issue of mental illness.
Mental illness, yes.
I'm not trying to invalidate that or look down on that fact that obviously a lot of people are going through a lot of stress, especially when you look at the world economy today, when you look at the way the dynamics of life has gone and all this mess up that is going on between the male and female relationship and all that nonsense that's happening. So there's a lot of pressure. And of course, also, with the way the world is going on, the politicians are taking everything away, and especially in our community, you know, there's this mentality that's already affecting a lot of people and making them to become, you know, unproductive, so to speak. And that's also affecting a lot of men, because if you are, as a man, you know that from the day you were born, it's like you have a death sentence pretty much as a man. And I will explain one thing on you. As you grow older and you get into a relationship, the whole responsibility is on your shoulder. You know that right from childhood, you are supposed to be the protector, the provider of your family. But when you are living in an economy where a lot of men do not even have the opportunity to even make substantial income anymore, and then you have all these responsibilities, then the person that you're supposed to be working with, who is supposed to be your helpmate, as the scripture says, is now the one that is always giving you stress and headache, or even trying to be competitive with you in your family. It's like most of us, some of these women, I'm not saying all of them, but some of them have become like a competitor with their partner, their husbands in the house.
You know why? Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why it seems women has become competitors?
I'm not saying women, I'm saying some.
Yes, some.
Some of them.
Not even, I would say a lot, and I will tell you the reason why. Do you want me to tell you the reason why?
Yes.
You see, when marriage breaks up, women lose more. Yes, especially in our society. I'm not talking about here now. It is the same mentality they are now bringing here that has made it look like some of them are vindictive. Back home, when there is marriage breakup, women go back, they go with absolutely nothing most times. And they have to still struggle on their own to take care of the children. No, the men will not be held responsible to do anything back home. I'm talking about back home now. That is why it's one of the reasons we are canvassing for the women the young ones, the ladies, that they need to be up and doing. Don't go and marry except you have something doing in your life.
Exactly.
And every one of us that are parents too, we are training our children. None of our generation wants to train a child and say, I am training you to go and marry. We are training them to be somebody, either girl child or man child. I keep saying life is not the same anymore. Life can never be the same anymore. In our parents, they don't earn so much. In fact, some of them do not even really work. And if they have to work, they will be home even before our fathers. The food will be ready, the house will be ready, everything will be ready for the man. Right? But in this generation, women are working, men are working. Until both parties found a balancing, there will always be problem in marriage.
But the irony of it all is that the women that are working now are tired of working. because
they are tired of working.
The stress of work is too much. A lot of them now.
Maybe because they want to, they are doing, like you said, maybe they are doing too much competition, which I don't think any woman needs.